Hey there, Rebus Forever here. Welcome to Heliborne. Heliborne's basically like World of Warships, World of Planes, World of Tanks, War Thunder. The difference between Heliborne and all of those other games is that those other games are free to play, with stores and various different currencies, whereas you pay for Heliborne once, although I believe there is DLC for cosmetics and various stuff. And thus far at least, you progress by having one currency that nobody can pay for. So far there are 4 tiers of technology and 2 factions, America and Russian, though, you know, there's various different colour schemes that imply some of these vehicles represent other nations. It probably won't come as a shock to anyone that you earn the in-game currency based on your performance, which impairs the rate at which I collect mine. This is footage from the co-op battles mode versus the AI. There aren't any enemy helicopters, but I believe the AI does reinforce the bases one way or another. I'm not entirely certain. Anyway, the main aim of this mode is to capture the various different bases throughout the map and follow the objectives as you get given them on the top right hand side of the screen. It's a good place to practice. I'm really enjoying the game so far. It kind of reminds me of this one level of Soviet Strike, or maybe Desert Strike. A really old helicopter game from a top-down sort of isometric sort of perspective. Anyway, there's this one mission where there were these various different warlords somewhere in the Middle East, I think. There's 3 different forces spread around the map, and you needed to like ferry some commanders around so that then their forces would act on your behalf. You had to protect certain passes from enemy aggression and dominate the map by supporting various different places. I replayed that game so many times just for that level. Sometimes even now I think of ways in which I could sort of get hold of a Mega Drive and try and remember which game it was, or just play through the entire series until I came across the right mission. But this game makes me feel like I don't need to anymore. I've been enjoying this game so much I even tried to set up a flight stick for it. I failed and gave up, but I tried. I was playing on gamepad for a while, but I've switched to mouse and keyboard because mouse and keyboard seems a lot better. If anyone's playing the game on a controller and finds themselves losing a lot, switch to mouse and keyboard. It made a huge difference for me. And this is what the multiplayer looks like. It's a bit more of a concern with dropping off different guys around the maps. Here I'm dropping off an anti-aircraft trooper and a mortar team. Scout helicopters can cool down mortar strikes, and the anti-aircraft rockets will be a nuisance to any helicopters flying around. Enemy helicopters flying around. I haven't spent very much time in the multiplayer component of the game. I've only just started doing so. It took me a little while to pluck up the courage, but after getting some experience in the co-op, I don't mind getting killed and learning the hard way. There are tutorials, but I haven't done any. I think they're online videos. When you play online, you have to be mindful of countermeasures, because missiles and all of those sorts of shenanigans. You've got a bunch of different weapon systems on board your helicopters, machine guns, cannons, various different missiles. I think I've seen evidence of some of the helicopters carrying bombs, but I really haven't progressed far enough through the tech tree to see the full range of units or weapons. The game thus far does seem very focused on map control and various different modes that involve transporting troops around and supporting other people, or if you're playing as more of an attack helicopter, at least supporting other people transporting troops around. If you were looking for something more in the vein of World of Warships or World of Tanks, where the vast majority of the missions do tend to involve more so just killing each other, with the objectives in those games largely being capturable by anyone, this might not be the game for you. If you're looking for a game that does require supporting one another, a good deal of tactical coordination, then this is looking like a really good candidate for those things. I don't know anything about realistic flight models for helicopters or how simulation the controls in this game are. The fact that I enjoy them probably suggests that they're fairly arcadey, but it's probably not a thing I'm sufficiently informed about to say anything valid about. So again, if you're fussy about your flight controls, maybe do a little bit more research. for my part. I'm finding really fun and really intuitive. Certainly a lot better since I've used the mouse. The maps are all really nice. There seems to be a system wherein different tiers have access to different maps. I've been mostly loitering around in tier 1 and tier 2. I could buy some tier 3 helicopters, but I'm scared to face the people that are gonna own them. If anything you've seen so far appeals to you, and you want to appreciate some accessible helicopter fun on some large maps versus other people, I'd highly recommend Heliborne. After finishing this, I'm probably going to be playing it. It's taken over the slot in my life that Rocket League normally fills. At some point I might find myself doing a completely unobjective review of it. That's about all for now, but thanks for watching, and if you get the game, I hope you enjoy it.